Around the time of the Diana Ross thing, didn't you flirt with the idea of getting involved in the army?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It was around about the time of like in school, it was the Falklands was going on and stuff. And like, I just remember just like, you know, just thinking, oh, I fucking, you know, I'd love to be in the army. And I just imagine James Bradfield, you know, of like, you know, the Royal Fusiliers. But like, you know, but then, you know, as soon as I you know, kind of found the Clash and I got to admit Billy Bragg, I bought his first album, I was like, war is bad, war is evil. And like, I was just like
a man who actually donned the uniform as well.
Yeah, no, exactly, which made it all the better kind of thing, because it kind of, the fact that kind of like, you know, you had these impure thoughts, and then kind of like you just realise, oh, I got it wrong, I was just something stupid.
Growing up in a small town, I guess that the Weekly Enemy is really your Bible, your touch with the outside world.
Yeah, I think the big thing was that kind of like you'd listen to, say, like, you know, Radio 1 from periods of like, you know, Kid Jensen, Janice Long, John Peel and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of records you heard and you were curious about them, but you needed some kind of text or some kind of to explain it. And the Enemy seemed to do that. And like, kind of, to be honest, a lot of what I read, I took, you know, as kind of as gospel. And like then when Enemy started doing C86 and stuff.
This was a cassette that was given away on the front cover of the Enemy.
Yeah, bands like, you know, Big Flame and Stump. And the June Brides from McCarthy and stuff.
Just nosied on your spines up there, and they're all featured up there.
Yeah, a lot of them are, yeah, because it was all spiky guitar and just little snivelling little white boys just trying to be a bit trashy.
Yeah, and very against the metal thing as well.
Yeah, it was, yeah, definitely. It was.
While there's still a war to win, my red dream is everything.
Do you still listen to these records? These are, you know, we're very much in the depths of the mid '80s here.
Yeah, you know, like some things like, you know, are timeless and some are not. And you know, kind of like in a lot of these records, definitely remind me of just like being young and just trying to digest things and pretending to understand them. It's inexplicable, but it is kind of like it's some kind of magic.
Did the Smiths figure at all?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, more for me, kind of like just Johnny Marr's guitar playing, really.
Okay.
They had This Charming Man by the Smiths. I learned to play it, and I remember just everybody thinking, oh yeah, he's the best guitar player in Bottom Five, kind of thing.
And obviously the other huge band that predated them was Joy Division.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like that was very much like, you know, Nick and Richie got in there before I did, to be honest. And I remember, I think it was Nick saying, you know, listening to Unknown Pleasures, and he was saying, Ian Curtis has got control of my mind, he's got control of my mind. I kind of like, I can't listen to records anymore, they're scaring me. I've got to become myself again. Life, but you would have been far too young to know. But did it affect you? Yeah, I mean, kind of like, I gotta admit, any of the kind of like artists I've been into have died and stuff.
Does it take on another level of iconic?
It's that big cliche about things not being able to be spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they as a band sat back and decided to almost wipe the slate clean. As far as coming out with New Order, Joy Division turning into New Order. Was this ever a thought with the three of you with Richie's disappearance? Was there a feeling of let's wipe the slate?
No, it wasn't. I mean, kind of like the situation is different, really. You know, with Joy Division, it was a clear cut thing. You know, kind of Ian Curtis hanged himself. You know,
Yeah.
it was very much tangible. You know, he was dead. You know, he's gone. We couldn't actually ever go, let's wipe the slate clean. You know, the first album we released after Richard Went Missing still had, you know, 3 or 4 of his lyrics on. So like, you know, it was more of a transition rather. You can never wipe the slate clean.
Yeah. It's now 5 years on, and
Yeah.
has the pain eased?
It's, you know, much more complicated than that. You know, 'cause it wasn't the thing that we immediately felt wasn't pain anyway. It was just really big confusion. You know, it wasn't immediately pain because, like I said, when you know that somebody's just died, it's different kind of thing. When somebody goes missing, it's just very much more confusing, and you kind of feel hurt and stuff. Then you feel bitter, and then you feel this and that. I think, you know, if we ever came to know if he was alive or something, I think we're more ready for it than we were. Or if he was dead, I think we're more ready for it now than we ever were. Obviously, because time has gone on. I think, you know, as time goes on, you just think about, you know, parents and sister and stuff like that. You realise that, like, you know, no matter how bad it is for us, it's just like, it's twofold for them. Well, more than that even. You know, so us, he's still immensely cool.
Yeah.
You know, just a cool fucker.
Yeah.
Which is like which is really important in kind of manic circles since we were young, to be a cool fucker, you know.
When you first started off, there was very much a case of courting controversy. Was
Yeah.
that by design or default?
I just think it was us just, you know, just saying whatever came into our minds. That's all it was, completely. Everything we thought, we immediately said. You know, we're intelligent enough to realise that kind of like it could work to our advantage or work against us. But, you know, we just realised that just by default, you know, that kind of if we just said what was on our minds, it would stick out because, you know, we were just not like any other bands around at that moment. You know, we weren't hedonistic, didn't take drugs. We would like pretty much like, you know, a kind of an insular experience that exploded out of our bedrooms.